Hey guys, it's Mary and welcome back to Study Journey. Welcome back to the Python series. This is episode 9 of Word Game. If you have not watched the previous episodes, make sure to go check this out before you watch this one. And in today's episode, we're going to be writing helper functions for playing at a hand, which is calculate, handle, in. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now that we have the helper codes, we can write the function that will allow the user to play out a single hand. Before we do this, we must write the helper function calculate handle in, which will return the number of letters in the current hand. So if we go to our folder and open ps3.py, we can see that our next thing that we're going to write is playing a hand. And first, we have to have a helper function calculate handle in, which returns the length or number of letters in the current hand. And it should return an integer, and the hand is a dictionary. So I'm just going to copy all of this over here to our code that we are writing it in. And we can write our code for calculate handle in. So this function will help us determine the total number of letters that are in our current hand. Remember that our hand is a dictionary with the values being how many times each letter appears. So to determine the total length of our hand, we must add up all these values. The parameter of this function is hand because that is what we are using to determine the total length of the hand. We can determine the length by adding each letter's value into the count. When we first run the function, the hand length is 0. And then for every letter that is in the hand, we will update the hand length to be the sum of the current hand length and then the value of the letter. Remember that to get the value of the letter, we must ensure that the letter is lowercase. So we have to set the letter to be a lowercase letter. And then once all the letters have gone through this loop, we will return the hand. So in the beginning, before we run this function, our hand length is 0. And then for every letter that is in the hand, we're going to update the hand length by adding the current hand length, whatever it is, and then plus the value of the letter or how many times the letter appears. So how we get the value is hand.get. Make sure it is going to be a lower letter, so it's going to be letter.lower as the first parameter. And then the second parameter is the default value for the value that we are trying to get right here. So we can just set that to 0. And then after it goes through this loop, we're going to return the hand length. So this is the helper function that helped us determine the length of the hand or how many letters are in this hand. And how we got this is by adding the values of each letter, since the value is how many times the hand appears in this dictionary hand. Now that we have this, the next step is to write the function for play hand.